Hello, it's A the Silent Silver Wolf of Love and Above, and I am here with this week's Oracle card guidance. And this week I'm using the card deck Angels of Atlantis by Stewart Pearce. Okay, so let's dive straight in. So your card for Monday, so this is for week commencing the 6th of June. So Monday we are looking at abundance. So what this means is that when we talk about abundance, a lot of people automatically go to money and wealth. Now, there's nothing wrong with going there, particularly if that is one of your goals in life, if that's what you're doing. But this card can also mean abundance in any area. If you're looking for more clients in your business, abundance. If you're looking at your garden, you just need to look at an apple tree laden with apples. That is abundance. It could be animals, it could be any area of life. For me, card decks, I have an abundance of card decks. I use different ones all the time. Books, I have also an abundance of books in my library. The abundance can be anything, it can mean anything. And Monday is all about abundance. Look for it. Look at what is abundant and look at what you would like more of in your life. It doesn't just need to be something physical. It can be experiences. It can be smiles. Perhaps what you're looking for are smiles. More abundant smiles. For me as well, I love the phrase I use all the time, keep rocking your awesomeness. And I would love that. I would love that on Monday, all I heard from everybody was, keep rocking your awesomeness, keep rocking your awesomeness. If you're going to contact me, just get that phrase in there. I love that phrase. So look at what is readily available and keep an eye out for abundance. So it's not about, particularly when it comes to wealth and money, people think, oh, all that money is too good to be true. So don't question it when it comes. If you do question it, that's fine. Make sure, at the source. Don't go with second or third hand information. Go straight to the source and find out, is this right? And let the right people do the right checks with the right facts. So abundance is all about what's going on Monday for you. Let's have a look at Tuesday. And I have got here empathy. So, empathy is about understanding what is going on in others' lives, and it's not just about understanding, it's feeling and knowing. I'm an empath. I can easily take on others' emotions. That's really in a nutshell what an empath is. Take on other people's emotions. I can easily take on other people's lives. If you come to me I will reflect back to you who you are. So in reality, sometimes when you spend a lot of time with empaths, they will really reflect back to you who you are. So if you do not like a particular empath who you spend a lot of time with, realistically, you might actually be saying that you don't really like yourself, because that empath has to do a lot of work not to reflect back to you who you are. So, going back to the card for Tuesday, which is empathy. Perhaps it is appropriate, whatever's going on Tuesday, and you will know more about it. Maybe you already know, oh, I'm doing this on Tuesday, and this on Tuesday, and this on Tuesday, and I've got this challenging situation with another person on Tuesday. Maybe you already know what Tuesday's going to all be about. But if you don't, it will make more sense at the time. And it's really about looking at this all from somebody else's viewpoint. How would you feel if you were if you were in their shoes? That is realistically how, in a nutshell, in the very basics of what an empath can automatically do. So to feel empathy for someone, how would you feel in their shoes? What would you do in their shoes? Would you be reacting the same way that they would be reacting? Perhaps this is important. Perhaps this is not anything to do with work, because sometimes there can be a little conflict at work. And when I say that, sometimes people can make complaints. So it's not, it's not real conflict that can come to mind. So it can just be a client complaint, a customer complaint. But perhaps it's something that's happening to somebody else that you love in your life, and it's just looking at it from their viewpoint. How would you feel in that situation? What would you do? And maybe that will actually help you towards being able to help them. Or maybe it's not about helping them, maybe it's just supporting them. So that's Tuesday. Let's have a look at Wednesday. And we have got liberation. So, all about liberation. Liberation is about being free. It's about, in old-fashioned terms, being liberated from your bondage of slavery, as it were. Maybe you're looking for another job. Maybe you've had another number of interviews. Maybe this is the nudge that on Wednesday, you know that whatever happens Wednesday with whatever company contacts you, you may be liberated from the company that you currently work for. It doesn't mean give up your job completely on Wednesday. It just means that you're taking the next steps towards your liberation. That's quite exciting for me. There's a lot of things going on in my life at the moment, and knowing that Wednesday can be a rather exciting day. The other thing is, look for it. I can't emphasize this enough. Sometimes it's like if you lose your car keys, they're not automatically just going to turn up. You have to look for your car keys still to be able to find your car keys. And it's exactly the same with these gifts that we are given from the universe. It's exactly the same as what Wednesday is, about liberation, about that freeingness. Perhaps you get over a back-breaking bit of work at work or at home. Perhaps you're putting up a conservatory, and it's looking at what, there's that freeing moment of, yes, I'm done. So it's the liberation. I remember a job I was doing, and it was a really long job. It was I was doing something, and it doesn't matter what it was, and I was doing it with somebody else, and what realistically should have taken one person 10 hours, because of many different factors, two of us had to do this job, and we both knew it was going to be hard work. We both knew it was going to be backbreaking. It was 9.5 hours it took two of us to do, when it should have taken one person 10 hours. And I remember, I was in physical pain in my shoulders and the backs of my arms and my back, and I just remember thinking, oh, this is just, I just want to, she kept on saying, oh, do you want to take a break? And I'm just like, no, I just want to get this done. That was what was in my brain. And as soon as the very last bit was done, I just remember putting my arms up in the air saying, yes, it's done. Because it was so liberating to not, because all the back-breaking work, we still had to tidy up. It wasn't as if it was completely done in that moment, but just having that liberating feeling of, It's done. The back-breaking work of this is done. The end is in sight. The absolute end was in sight just in that moment. And it was just great to feel liberated from that actual job, even though we still had maybe about half an hour just to, tidy up. We still need to tidy up, make sure it was all done. But it was, fill out some paperwork, but it was fine. So it was this whole freeing feeling of, it wasn't finished, but the really hard work was over and done with. And that's what you're looking at on Wednesday in whatever area of life that is. Let's take a look at Thursday. Oh, these cards aren't the best to shuffle. Okay, Thursday is all about dreams. Okay, there's two things here, and I'm going to give you both of them so you can decide on the day which one makes more sense, because we're obviously not at Thursday right now. So the first one is actual physical dreams. Maybe you have a dream journal or a dream diary where you write down everything that you dream about every single night, or everything you can remember. And if that's what you do, this is a nudge here to look at what it is that you're dreaming about. Maybe there's something recurring coming up. I remember as a child, I used to have a recurring dream that happened maybe 6 or 7 times a week. Maybe sometimes it happened all the time. It went on for absolutely years. I would say maybe from about the ages of about 5 to 10, this recurring dream went on for me. But so have a look at what you're writing about. There's maybe some wisdom to be had from your dreams at the moment. But this may also be a nudge for you to write down what your dreams are in life, of what you want to achieve. Personally, I have a 10-year goal setting. I did it in November last year, and so I could start it at the start of this year. You might be thinking November's a bit early to write down your goals for the start of a new year, but the earlier you do it, the more you can put in place before you get started. Because December in the job I was working at the time was very busy. It's a seasonal job, so I knew that I'd be working so many hours it would be ridiculous. But I also knew that because it was coming to a holiday season as well, I needed to spend time with my husband. We needed to spend time doing some shopping for gifts. I knew it was a busy time, so I do it on a November, and I can refine it a little bit when I have time over the December, and I can just put things into place. How I can achieve on a weekly basis, the little things that I can do on a weekly basis to be able to achieve the annual goals, the 3-year goals, the 5-year goals, the 7-year goals, the 10-year goals. But this all comes down to dreams. What is it that I dream about in my life, that I want in my life? And dreams can change. Dreams can absolutely change as well. Sometimes you can achieve your goals. The only difference between a dream and a goal is that a dream is just something you think about and you want, and a goal is exactly the same as that, but you've put a time limit on it and you work towards it consistently. That's the only difference. So when I talk about dreams, I do talk about goals a lot of the time, because a lot of my dreams I am turning into goals. One of my biggest ones that I have had recently, which I'm turning into a goal, is to be able to live in Jersey, is to be able to move there. I have a lot of compelling reasons of why I want to do that. And so what I've been doing recently is changing my goals, changing it so that I can be able to move to Jersey. I'm looking at that as a 10 to 15 year goal. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to happen this year. I'm looking at about 10 to 15 years. So Thursday is all about either you have a dream journal, you write down what you dream about every night. There's some wisdom in there. Look at it on Thursday. Maybe you need to look back a couple of months if you keep a dream journal, and have a look and see what it is that you need to learn from your dreams at the moment, because there's something there on Thursday. Equally, if it's the other way around, where you do not keep a dream journal, and this is about what you dream about, what you want to do with your life, what you want to experience, who you want to spend time with, then look at your dreams on Thursday, what it is. And if you want, you can go into goal setting. It's a video that I'm bringing out in a couple of months' time on setting goals and how to achieve them. But make a note of what your dreams are and get wild. Get absolutely wild. Like I say, one of mine is about moving to Jersey. I want to be able to sit and drink Prosecco with raspberries in a conservatory or out in my garden. You know, it's about getting really wild with the dreams. Use your imagination. Love exactly what it is that you want to achieve and want to experience in life. Let's move on to Friday. Serenity. I love that word. I absolutely love the word serenity. It's about being at peace. Friday is about being at peace. It can be being at peace with yourself, being at peace with others, being at peace with a situation that may normally or maybe concern you. It doesn't need to upset you, but maybe concerns you a little. And it's about, on Friday, focus on that peace that you're feeling, that serenity, that you're actually okay, that calmness within you. It may not be that you can sit with it well, but when you're in that peace of serenity, there is a beautiful piece of calm and bliss that comes with it. So as soon as you start feeling that serenity, hold on to it, live with it, be mindful of it, and just feel it. How does it actually feel? And just sit with it for as long as possible. Right, let's look at Saturday. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is kind of a bit obvious. We can forgive others for things that they've done to us or directed towards us or said to us. But I'm going to say, remember to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for anything that you harbour against yourself sometimes, because we can be our harshest critics. What is it that you say to yourself in your own mind? Maybe it's things like, oh, this is not good enough, do it again. Or is it, I'm challenging myself, I'm getting there. Two different, you could use that in the same situation, but has two different meanings. One is recognising, okay, it's challenging, we know we can do this, we just need to keep working at it. The other way is implying, I'm just not good enough. You should be able to do this. Why are you not able to do this? One is more empowering than the other. Forgive yourself for some of your self-talk. Forgive yourself for maybe not understanding something quick enough. Forgive yourself for how you feel towards others. When we start to forgive ourselves, our whole physiology changes. We can bring our blood pressure down. We can get out of one state of thinking into another. So if there's an obvious forgiving of someone else on Saturday, that's the implication. If not, Forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself for something that you feel or something you do not understand. It's absolutely fine. And let's take a look at Sunday. Sunday is surrender. Surrendering. Surrender to things that you don't understand. This looks like a natural progression from Saturday to Sunday. I'm just about to repeat everything that I've just said. Surrendering that you do not understand something. Surrendering that you do not know the way forward, because sometimes we don't know the future. And it's surrendering to the universe to say, hey, help me. Surrendering, if you spend time with angels, surrendering to the angels, help me in this situation. Because you don't know, you don't understand, it may not be that your lack of comprehension, it's just your lack of knowledge of what's going to happen in the future. There's a lot going on around the entire world right now in the big, worldwide stage. And nobody really knows what's going to happen next at any point. Nobody really knew that a pandemic was going to happen in 2020. The pandemic was first notified on the 31st of December in 2019. And look at how quickly it moved around the globe. Whether you believe it happened or you don't, this is not about that's not this discussion for this video. The point I'm trying to make is that it happened, that the media coverage, everything that countries did happened quite quickly after the start. And nobody really knew what was going to happen, particularly when countries started to go into lockdown and there was a real restrictions on what we as people could do. Travelling to other countries, for example, is one of them. And I think one of the beautiful things, if there was a good thing that could happen out of this, is that a lot of people found out what was important to them in life, because they surrendered to a situation eventually that was out of their control. So surrendering doesn't need to be a bad thing. It can just be handing out to the universe, hey, help me in this situation. So that is what Sunday is all about. So I just want to end with saying that I am 6 weeks away from my book launch. Collection of Meditations, the Forest Edition. Did a lot of work on that this past week with editing and just writing. The final little bits, the fun little bits like the thank yous and things like that. So it's been I know there's some work to do over the next number of weeks as well, but I'm 6 weeks tonight. This book will be, I have the book launch, the physical book launch, which is going to be so exciting. So I will be releasing more videos in the next coming weeks all about that. If you like what you're watching, like and subscribe to my channel. And I just want to end like I end every single time. Keep rocking your awesomeness. Until next week. Do keep an eye on the channel because I do different things on different days. Bye!